No, hey guys, I'm Eric.
Dan.
We're toolsinaction.com. Today we're going to be going over boxes. We've had a lot of people ask us about the difference between the TSTAK, the tough boxes, and the Lboxxes.
Right.
So we kind of wanted to put them all together and kind of, talk
Give
about
you
it
guys a comparison. You can call it the toolbox, tool fight if you want, but really they all excel in certain areas. It just depends on what kind of needs you want, you know?
Yep.
Obviously DeWALT has two. There's also Festool has some,
Festool.
the Systainers.
Yeah.
So we don't have one of those here, but they're we should have one of those here, but that's okay. These are the three main brands that mostly everybody's been seeing lately. So starting out, what do we have over here, Eric?
These are the Bosch Lboxxes. As you can see, all the boxes are stackable and they all lock together.
They are interlocked.
Yeah, they interlock. Bosch has got 4 boxes out. Well, they actually got 5 boxes out. I mean, 4 sizes. They're their smallest box. You can get either empty or you can actually have like little containers in there. Then you got the DeWALT tough boxes. They have 3 of them.
Maybe 4. They might have 4. I'm not sure.
Okay. Then they got the TSTAK, which has got 4 of them.
Right.
Like Dan was saying, I mean, I personally don't think one box is better than the other box. It's just really designed for what needs you.
Yeah, it really depends on your needs. Like if you want tough, if you want
something you can beat up that's waterproof.
Yeah, impervious to water, you're gonna want the tough box. Nothing comes close. It has air valves on it that you're gonna release pressure. I mean, that's like Pelican cases. I don't know if you know. And those are really good, and these are affordable. They're made out of rigid foam. It's weird. It's really strong stuff, though. We did the water ski test with it and stuff like that. Like, this is great. I have a truck, if you don't have a bed on it or a trailer, and you want to keep something out. Why is that funny?
Truck. Like a cover.
Oh, I don't have a bed, the bed cover. But, if I'm going to keep tools out in my vehicle, this is what I'm going to use, because I've had, like, tools in a trunk of a truck before in a Ridgeline, and that was sealed, and some of my tools rusted. Why are you laughing?
Ridgeline.
Oh, shut up. So, this is definitely tough. It's wide, and it's really, comes with a stand. So I like that a lot. Now, if you're gonna why would we want to get an Lboxx?
Well, I like the Lboxxes because they're actually half the weight. They're a little bit smaller, but they're half the weight, so you're not hauling around as much. Obviously you can't fit as much in, the big box as opposed to the DeWALT one. But I mean, for something like me,
it's less bulkier to move around.
Yeah, I don't need to jam all my tools in one box. I like the lighter weight, And roughly these two, they're roughly about the same price. TSTAKs are actually a lot cheaper.
TSTAKs are a lot cheaper than both of these?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what I like about these. They're not waterproof. They're not going to be as tough as a tough box. But I'm not on. What I do, I don't really need the toughness.
Right. This is really good for organizational skills, getting into tight areas. Just minimalistic design, I guess you could say with these. Thin walled. Let's maximize the cargo capacity of them and just get them in there, locking. Aiding you to get it from A to B.
Yeah.
Right. These are designed to just be super tough. Beat up, leave out on a job site, get all muddy. What do we got about the TSTAKs, Eric?
TSTAKs are great for being organized. I mean, you can see one of our videos on YouTube where we've actually went over it. They got drawers. These are actually a really nice setup for, you can put some of your smaller tools in there. You can't get your, circular saw in there like you can on these bigger ones. But you can organize your screws, nuts, bolts,
And what's really attractive about these is the price.
Yeah, exactly.
They're a lot cheaper than either of these two, but then again, it doesn't have the, the water resistance of the other one, the IP rating.
These two actually you can buy carts for these two systems. The TSTAK you cannot.
Right, and I kind of wish it did have a cart because it would just be easier when you get heavy to move it around.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're coming out with a cart at some point, so...
And then my personal preference too, and actually the stacking and the clicking of them, These, I think are a little bit hard to always kind of get in place, but I actually like their locking feature better than the DeWALT locking feature. The DeWALT, once you put a box on top, it's really easy to get it in line, but just these yellow clips.
Right, they're just latches versus the...
Yeah, which you push in and pull out,
Right.
So, but again, these are nice. They got the metal clips on there, where these more have the plastic clips on there.
Now, are Lboxxes lifetime warranty?
I'm not sure what the warranty is on the Lboxx.
Okay, well these two are lifetime warranty.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to research this before we post it, so we'll be at the bottom if they are lifetime warranty.
Yeah. So again, it really just comes down to what you're going to be using the boxes for,
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I just can't believe, like 2 days ago, you wrote the Lboxx article, you don't know if they have a lifetime warranty.
I didn't even put that in there. No, I didn't even
We actually couldn't find the warranty, the Lboxx is online, and we called like the Rain Man of Tools, toolguide.com, and even he didn't know the warranty. So we're gonna put research in motion on that. Contact Bosch and find out what the warranty is on these. I would like to say they're lifetime, but I can't guarantee. I almost remember being at an event and asking if they were lifetime, and I think they only said a year. I think.
No, I don't know what it is.
Could be way off. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a big decision right there. If these are lifetime and that's not.
Well, but still though, if you're getting use out of these, this is what you need. I mean, it's not just the warranty. Warranty's nice.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't buy it just because of the warranty.
You know, another thing too I actually like about the Lboxxes over the DeWALT Tough Boxes is that, like, you know, you have stuff in your truck, you know, when you stop, crap moves, you know, hits to the front of the truck or something like that, you know. This leaning over is it's harder to get to. The one thing I do like about the Lboxxes is no matter, you can actually grab this and pull this forward. It's got like a little handle here, or you just grab these handles and you just
That's a
pull
good
them
idea,
right
yeah. I just noticed that.
So, you know,
Even with
like
these. Well, you know,
well, that you got the handle or the drawers you can pull on.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know what? I saw those the other day and I was wondering what that was. I'm like, what's the secret panel here?
But again, it's really what you need them for, what you're going to be using them for, you know? What type of environment they're going to be in.
Yeah, so there you go. That's our take on the boxes. Really?
Sorry we couldn't give you a winner.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you know, they're all good in their own ways. It just depends what you need. Like I said, you want to go crazy tough, you go in here. You want to be efficient, you got a lot of space to pack, you want to move a lot of things that are small, right?
Lighter,
Yep, you want to stay organized on the job site, you know, maybe you, like I said, I've used this one for remote control cars, and it's become a lifesaver, and there's just so many uses for this. I mean, even women could use this for, like, sewing needles. I mean, don't ask me how I know that, but, okay. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. ToolsAction.com. Don't forget to check out our Twitter and Facebook.
Yep.
Alright, what's up? We just wanted to, we had to do a little annotation at the end here. We totally forgot to talk about the carts of the two systems, the Lboxx and the Toughbox cart. So, what do we got, Enrique?
Well, like Dan was saying, you got the Lboxx one and the DeWALT one. So you can see the size difference on there. Again, like Tom was saying, you know, if you're going, you know, stairwells down the basement through door, a little bit wider than here. This one, again, it's nice. I like this style too because you can put your boxes on there. It's got the padlock on there. If you're working up on the 18th floor or something like that, you can wrap this, you know, wrap a lock around here and tie it and go upstairs. You don't have to worry about your stuff getting stolen. Where basically on the Bosch one, you really can't do that as easy. You know.
Right, and this is a positive lock system, so it pretty much locks all the boxes. You can have boxes at the top and then some kind of material at the bottom. And pretty much here you're just going to stack and lock them in and wrap them around with that bungee. But like Eric said, you're going to get a lot tighter areas with the Bosch than you are in this. This is going to be a lot more weight though. This one holds 50 pounds and that one holds, what? How many?
What is it? 125 kg.
You didn't look it up?
No, dude, I just totally forgot about doing these.
Okay.
We do know this one definitely holds more weight than this one. This one.
This one's black.
Yeah.
That one's silver.
This one folds up, I think, a lot.
That was a lot more compact. You know what? I have a hand truck sort of like that for work, and it's kind of great for a pickup truck. You just slide it in and you can get it around. This one's a little more robust and is not going to fold up as compact as that. You can fold this up right here.
And that one you gotta like kind of bend over. It takes 2 hands to fold that one up.
But that's a huge heavy steel plate
right
there.
Yep.
You know? Tough DS carrier. So, you know, that's another thing to check out too. Like I said, there's not one for the TSTAK yet. We kind of hope there's one for the TSTAK. So that's it. Check us out. Tools and Action. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that was it. You got anything?
Tom?
Nothing.
You've been quiet this video. Tom's our new roadie.
Yeah.
He's the new roadie. Alright. Go get me a hot dog.